With me in the studio is Grace Oyetunbi and the counselor, Lawrence Kayode Ayodele. Stay tuned as we'll be back.
Do you desire to be extraordinary among ordinary people in this turbulent world? Then join the family of the Resurrected Life Gospel Church, situated within the premises of the First Landmark School, Soriokuta, Ikorodu, Lagos. We are known for the undiluted truth of God's Word and marriage empowerment. Our programs are every Tuesday, Bible studies from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Thursdays, family breakthrough from 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. Sundays, a glorious worship service, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. And also every first Friday of the month, Solution Night from 12 midnight to 5 a.m. A day with your Creator affords you a definite encounter for an extraordinary life. Be there.
Bring down your glory.
You're welcome back. Share with our listeners at home the concept of compatibility in relationship.
When we are talking of compatibility in relationship, either marriage or courtship, we are talking of what is not in one of them is in another. When the two of them now come together, they form a union, a whole union, one, as it is a marriage dictum that two becomes one. So we are not talking of this two of them having the same attitude, the same nature. Maybe the two of them are introvert, two of them are extrovert, but we are talking of what is absent in A is present in B. That is the real compatibility in marriage.
Thank you, sir. That means we are talking about negative and positive coming together to become one.
That is it. In the sense that even in science, when a positive and other positive have contact, nothing can happen. But when a positive and negative had contact, it will bring us something wonderful and beneficial. But then, in marriage or courtship, we are not talking of negative in the sense of bad character or bad manner. We are talking of what is absent in one is in another. And therefore, when they come together, they form a wonderful union that can make up a successful and happy marriage.
Thank you, sir. I believe singles out there are listening to this program and they can pick from what the counselor has said that the negative doesn't mean something bad. It just means something that is not in you that the other party is having. Thank you, sir. What happens when partners are not compatible?
If partners are not compatible and they discover early enough, that does not mean that they could not be suitable husband and wife in future, provided they could work on each other. But then it might be difficult if they are not experienced or there is nobody to guide them. In a case like that, if they discover that they are not compatible in the sense we have discussed it, I think the best thing for them is to look for somebody they can flow with, they can match with, and form a union that can have stable and happy marriage.
Thank you, sir. And over to this question from a listener. He's a bachelor and he already has a spinster to settle with. What are the areas of concentration they should look for in finding their compatible mate?
The areas those who are in partnership or in courtship should find out, they must find out what are those qualities in the person I'm proposing to marry that are not in me. What are the qualities in me that are not in him or her? Then we will now synchronize those qualities. Let me say, for example, one of them is outgoing, the other one is indoor type. Now, they must look at how they can really synchronize those two attributes in them so that it will not break any of them. That is where concession will come in. They must learn how to concede to each other in line with all those differences in their natures. And through this, they can now synchronize it to form a compatible union.
Thank you, sir.
Now, can partners still go ahead even when they have discovered that they are not compatible?
If they go ahead, they have buried their marriage before it takes off. Once they know that they are not compatible in line with the way I've discussed compatibility in marriage, the best thing for them, once they discover early enough in their courtship or any stage in their courtship, they will do each other good service to quickly they can be compatible with. Otherwise, if they enter into the marriage, they either endure their marriage, which is not good enough for them, or the marriage will scatter.
Thank you, sir. But before we answer this question from a listener, let's go for a break.
Do you desire to be extraordinary among ordinary people in this turbulent world? Then join the family of the Resurrected Life Gospel Church, situated within the premises of the First Landmark School, Suriokuta, Ikorodu, Lagos. We are known for the undiluted truth of God's Word and marriage empowerment. Our programs are every Tuesdays, Bible studies from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Thursdays, family breakthrough from 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. Sundays, a glorious worship service, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. And also every first Friday of the month, Solution Night from 12 midnight to 5 a.m. A day with your Creator affords you a definite encounter for an extraordinary life. Be there.
Down your glory.
We are welcome back. This is a question from a listener in the past. He said, "Dear counselor, my genotype is SS, and I find it hard to get a serious, stable relationship with those that are AA, as I have been advised not to get married to AS or SS partner. What can I do?"
What I can counsel this person is to look for the mass media. At least I've seen in one of the newspapers, where there was text message about those who want a partner. They will state their own attribute and the attribute they want from the person that should contact them, and they put their telephone number there. So I believe this person should look for such a newspaper and put his own attributes there and tell the other person up there what he wants from him, specifically that person must be AA. So with that, I know he will have more than enough people that will apply that they want to be partner with him or her.
All right, sir. That's wonderful. I believe you are hearing that, listeners. So if you too are in that shoe, take that step. You will see the difference. All right, sir. Is there anything like financial compatibility in courtship or in marriage?
When we are talking of financial compatibility in marriage, we are not talking of how one is having money or how one is not having money. When we are talking of compatibility in marriage vis-a-vis financial aspect, we are talking of how the two of them handle money. Maybe one of them is not wise the way he handles money. Maybe he or she is extravagant, or he or she buys on impulse. Now, if the other one has a sort of wisdom to manage money, to conserve money, to make sure that they buy things that they need as and when they need, not they speculate, then the two of them are compatible. Because if two of them are not having the wisdom to manage money, they are all impromptu buyer or impulse buyers, and they buy on impulse and so on and so forth, definitely many things will go wrong in the marriage. It's either they spend all their money without any reservation for investment or a future project, or they will just waste their resources on those things that are not necessary. So when we are talking of financial compatibility, it means that one must be able to know how to handle money. The other may not be maybe able to handle it, and they will now harmonize the attribute to have financial buoyant family.
Sir, on that area, what if I'm a teacher and I want to get married with someone that is a banker because of this economy, the situation of the economy of the country? And I'm trying to, at least we've been taught compatibility, and I want to be compatible. I want a compatible mate, and I'm a class teacher. I'm earning so amount that is not all that strong. How can I now do it that I won't put my family in problem when I get married to a teacher as well?
I've said financial compatibility is not that one is earning higher than the others. Because if care is not taken, if you say you want to marry a banker, assuming God has not chosen a banker for you, will you force yourself on a banker? Now, if you are looking for a banker, you are more or less covetous. Most of when God has not chosen banker for you, then in the nutshell, you are now making that you are marrying that person on a conditional basis that he or she is a banker. Now, let us look at it from this point of view. Now you marry a banker. Now, maybe after a year or two into your marriage, the man is sacked, or the woman is sacked where he or she is working. Are you still marrying a banker? then the marriage will collapse because you did not marry somebody that's not a banker. So I will advise, settle in your mind to who God has chosen for you, either a teacher like you, or maybe a secretary, or somebody working somewhere in another company, but not necessarily a banker.
Thank you, sir. In relationship to tribal differences, when partners' family members kick against their sons and daughters' marriage with a certain tribe, what category of compatibility is this?
That is not compatibility but sentimentality. And when we allow sentiment to come into marriage, either on the part of the families of either of them or any of the partners that want to marry, once they bring in sentiment to the relationship, definitely there'll be a problem, because sentiment cannot make them to have real relationship in courtship. Therefore, I will say it is not right, it's not good for any parent to say that he or she will not allow his or her daughter to marry somebody outside the tribe, because God may choose somebody to your daughter or your son from outside your tribe. Do not discourage them. Just pray for them and guide them.
Thank you, sir. Before we conclude this episode on compatibility, you said earlier on, marriage should be enjoyed and not endured. But sir, I'm thinking it should come as marriage should be enjoyed and endured. Sir, can you throw more light to the phrase you said, marriage should be enjoyed and not endured?
When I said that marriage should be enjoyed and not to be endured, what I mean is God created marriage for our enjoyment. And when you enter into marriage relationship with somebody that is not compatible with you, it means that when things will be going wrong, that you will not like, that will not give you joy, that will not give you happiness. So when you are still in such a marriage, you won't enjoy the marriage, but because you do not want divorce, you don't want to become a single parent, which is, I believe, is a normal commitment and determination, one will keep on in that marriage, but the joy of marriage is no more there. So such a person is enduring his marriage, is not enjoying his marriage, and that is not good for any marriage.
I believe you have learned today from this episode, compatibility. For your questions and advert placement, and to book for counseling with the marriage counselor, or you want the copy of the CD so far, call or you text 080-330-70986. 080-330-70986. You can also reach us through our email, gloriousmarriage@yahoo.com. gloriousmarriage@yahoo.com. Till next week, same time, same station. Thank you.